Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and today we're going to be discussing the Campbell County Jane Doe. So on April 3rd of 1985, the partially skeletonized remains of a young girl were found by a motorist. Her body was about 200 yards off of the Big Wheel Gap Road, and this is about 4 miles from Jellicoe, Tennessee. Now, only 32 bones of her remains were discovered. Thankfully, this included her skull. Now, the bones were found by an abandoned mine shaft, and this is an area of which people just use as like a trash dumping ground, unfortunately. Very similar to the Maurice Chivarella case, where they found her body near where people just like threw their trash out. Her cause of death was undetermined, but it was deemed likely to be a homicide. She was ultimately determined to be between the ages of 9 and 15. There was a size 5 boot that was found, along with a few scraps of clothing found near her body. There was also a necklace and a bracelet. These were both made from plastic beads, so likely they were homemade. They were also able to determine that she was murdered between 1981 and 1985. So there was about a 4-year range between when she died and when she was found, basically. And they also were able to determine this due to geological testing of carbon dating on her bones. And if you don't know what carbon dating is, it's really cool. They do it with a lot of, they can do it with trees and stones and different things like that. Basically what they do is it's an isotope test where they're able to detect and basically give a longevity of how long something has been in this area on this earth. I remember there was what was the show? Where they were trying to figure out where the Vikings were in the United States, and they found this stone that had runes in it, and they wanted to test how old it was, and that's how I really first learned about what carbon dating was. That it's fantastic. I know I just kind of nerded out, but if you're interested in that stuff, please look it up. It's great. Now, with them also testing her as well, they were able to determine that she was born in either Florida or Texas specifically, but she had lived in either the Midwest, the Pacific Coast, or the Pacific Southwest. I know that's kind of a weird range, but things that popped up in her testing are very similar in that generalized area. Now, there was one distinct feature in this crime scene, and it's similar to that of the murder of Tina Farmer and this savage assault on Linda Shake. That is a knot in the material that was found around the neck of all 3 of these victims. So this is a tie of what tied her into the RedHead murders. Now, this knot was discovered on Linda Shake 2 months after the discovery of the Campbell County Jane Doe. They did they took impressions of her dental, her DNA, and a facial reconstruction. These are all available to help identify her, but nothing has come of this identification yet. You can see the recreations on NamUs and on the Doe Network, and I am hopeful that one day the Campbell County Jane Doe will be identified, but I feel that that time is not now. If they were able to rerun her DNA or extract more DNA, maybe we would get more intel on her case. But I feel that people really settled after they figured out that Jerry Johns was the one that murdered Tina Farmer and attacked Linda Shake. And a lot of these does connected to this case, I don't know, will become identified. Editing was here. I know I look different than my video. You're welcome. This is also my bedroom. Sorry about the way it looks. But the Campbell County Jane Doe was identified as of April 22nd this year. It was just made public yesterday, which was August 30th. Now, the Campbell County Jane Doe, she was identified after 37 years as being that of Tracy Sue Walker. Tracy Sue Walker went missing in 1978 from Lafayette, Indiana. They are unsure as of how she ended up in Campbell County. So the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, or the TBI,
their agents are working to figure out how and why she ended up where she did in Tennessee, because, I mean, Indiana, Tennessee. But we finally are able to put a name to her face. And it is another win for Othram. Othram I talked about in 2 previous videos. Plus, with Princess Doe, how she was identified as Donna Lonick. They've done a lot of work so far when it comes to identifying these people, and a lot of true crime cases are finally being puzzled together because of them. So I personally want to thank Othram, and here's my outro.
So that, my friends, is a little bit about the Campbell County Jane Doe. I know this was a short one, but trust me, I have more coming for you. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one.